Okay, good afternoon, class. So today we're looking at the grade 11 control test 2 with term 3. This is the paper you guys have written, okay? So just follow and let me know what you didn't understand and what the misunderstandings were, if there were any, or if there's a section that you were tested on that you weren't taught. By the looks of it, there's many of those sections, okay? So we are told here that the box and whisker diagram below shows the marks obtained by 24 learners for mathematics test. The test was out of 100. Okay, for some reason or other, the scanners, it wasn't a very good copy. Okay. Question paper and memo can be found in the description box below. So it says comment on the skewness of this data. So we can basically say, as you can see, this is bigger. The data is skewed to the left or negatively skewed. Okay. Then it says calculate the interquartile range. How do you calculate the interquartile range? Q3 minus Q1, which is 75. As you can see, it's Q3, Q1. 75 minus, what is that? 10, 20, 30, which is 45. For some reason or other, this, what's the name is very bad, no? What's so bad in your exam as well? And don't like a paper must look like this. Right? 1.1.3, how many learners achieve 30% or less in a test? So we know that which section has 25%. Okay, that's why it's called quartile. It divides the data into quarters. Okay, so 30% is here. Not so. So how many scored less than 30%? 25% of the learners. They want to know how many learners. So since there are 24 learners, 25% of 24. So a quarter of 24 is 6 learners. Okay. You guys understand? Alright. Let's carry on. You're even worse. The table below shows the price in the rands of 1 liter of petrol for each month in 2017. Calculate the mean price for the petrol for the year of 2017. So firstly, you must program a calculator to do the calculation. Because the standard deviation question is the next question. That is right. Otherwise, if it's the mean, I could have added all up and then divided by 12. Not so. But as I said, since the next question is a standard deviation question, it would only make sense to do the calculation on the calculator using those keys anyway. Okay, so how do we do that? First press mode, then 3 for stat, 1 for variance. Okay. Can somebody read out those values there for me, please? 13.0, yes. 09. 13.38. Sorry? Number 30, yes. 13.08. 13.57. 13.82. 32. Yes. 12.60. 63. 12.82. 13.49. 13.49. Yes? 13.74. 13.78. 14, 14,49. Alright, so what do we do now is press AC. Okay? Shift 1, 4 for variance, 2 for mean. Equals 13,39. Is that correct? So your mean is 13,39. Okay. Then we ask you to write down the standard deviation of the data set. So for the standard deviation, I press mode. Number 1. No. Shift 1. That is shift 1. Did I clear the calculator now? Okay. But normally we press shift 1, then your variance, which is 4, and then 2 standard deviation. For some reason or other, I think I cleared the calculator. Sorry. So your standard deviation works out to be what? 7 comma? What? 0.47. 0.47. Okay, as you can see that the variance for the standard deviation is very, very small. Okay, which means to say all this data is close to each other. The range is not that large. Okay. Then the question, that was this question here. Then the question says, how many months in 2017 was the price of petrol outside one standard deviation of the mean? So what we do is we set up the range. We say your mean minus a standard deviation and your mean plus a standard deviation. So what's your mean? 13,39 plus 0,47. Sorry, minus first. Doesn't matter, but okay. Zero minus thing. And 13,39 plus 0,47. Okay, so 13,39 minus 0,47 gives us 12,92. And then we go plus, gives me 13,86. Okay. So how many values lies within? So it's 13,09. The first value is inside or outside? Remember, this is the range. Okay, the range is from 12.92 to 13,86. The question says how many months the price of petrol outside one standard deviation. So anything lower than 12.92 and anything higher than 13.86 is what is considered. So 13,09, do we consider or not? We will consider. No, we won't, because that is within that range. So we won't consider that one. 13, what is that? 18. 13,38. Is that inside? It's inside. 13, 30? Inside. 13,08? Inside. 13,57? Inside. 13,32? Inside. What's this? That is outside. 12,63 is outside. 12,82? Outside. 13,19? 39. 30,39? 3,49. Inside or outside? Inside. 13,71. 74. Inside. 13,78. Inside. Outside. So how many values? So how many months? 3 for 3 months. lies outside one standard deviation of the mean. Okay, you guys understand? Then ask you how much percent lies outside one standard deviation of the mean. You would have seen 12 divided 3 divided by 12 times 100. It's frustrating working with this, things like this. Sorry about that. A student recorded the amount of data in megabytes that she uses when browsing the internet each day. The information has been recorded in the table below. Calculate the estimate mean amount of the data used per day. So we're working out the mean from a distribution table here. So the number of days works out to be 2 plus 5 is 7, 18. That's going to give you 50, 42. No, 50, 62. That is going to give you 36, 40, 50. You add that up. It'll be 50 plus 62 plus 8 gives you 150 days. Not so. So let's work out your mean. Is a standard deviation question next? Huh? No. Okay, so when you work this out, we add those two together. Divided by 2, I get 150 times. 2 in that category. Okay? Plus 200 plus 300 is 500 divided by 2 is 250 times 5 plus 350 times 11 plus 450 times 25 plus 550 times 550 times 37 plus 650 times 21 plus 750 times 15 plus 850 times 40. And this is all over 130. We plug this whole tutti into the calculator. What do we get? Sorry? Jesus. 567,69. Okay. What's wrong with you people? The other question says, compute the cumulative frequency table given in the answer book. When I looked at the answer book, I couldn't use it because the grid is not on the thing. It was pasted on somehow or other later on. So I would probably need to draw my own one now quickly or do it without, okay? So if you look at the cumulative frequency table, what would be these basically another column here. No? So the cumulative frequency here is going to be 2 then, 7 then, 18, 43, 18, 80. Yes? 101, 116, 130. For those of you who don't know how we got that, it's going to be 2 plus 5 is 7, 7 plus 11 is 18, and so on. Okay. The next question says, use the grid given the answer in your answer book and draw the OJ, the cumulative frequency curve, to represent the data. Okay, so it should look something like this here. So this is normally your cumulative frequency here. Okay, the highest is 130. So if I go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, it's going to be too little, not so. So I go 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140. Okay, then it's going to start, say, go 0, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. But you guys were given a credit, not so. Huh? In your answer book. For those of you who didn't get that, then they went to question you, a paper you guys were answering. That's lit. Okay. So when we plot people, we go and we plot the endpoint plus the cumulative frequency. So it's the endpoint plus the cumulative frequency. So it's 202. So if this is 20, that is 10. Very close to 0, you'll get 2. Not so, but not on the line. Then we have 307. So this 300 is going to be less than 10. Then 411. Just above a bit more than that. Then 543. 500. Sorry about that. 525. 543, no? So there's 40. 43 just above that. Then 680. We're in line with this 80, no? 700 and 101. Okay? 800 and 800 and 116. Okay? And then 900 and there is one is in line with that. Okay, as you can see there. Okay, people, does it make sense? Sorry that I don't have a what's the name here. Then what we do is connect the dots freehand. Okay? Connect the dots freehand. And then we can round it to this value of 100. Okay. Round it to 100. Yes, Michael? Huh? Go for once, I thought you were going to ask me something mathematical. But go quickly. Okay. Then the next question says, on your curve, use the letter A to indicate the median amount of the data used per day, and then write the value down, the median. So what is the median, people? The middle value. How many values are we considering here? Sorry? It's going to be 130. So 130 divided by 2? 65. What we go do is, there's 70 there, so 65 is here. We take our ruler, we go across there, and then we turn the ruler 90 degrees and we go down. So that is where I will read A, the median amount. Can you see that? So if that is 500 and this is 600, there is 650, 550, so I would say 530. So approximately 530. What did you guys get? Sorry? You got 580. It would be any value between 500 and 600, but within your the range of what you have in your cover. Okay. It will be, I will take the reading, or the reading gets marked according to what you see. Okay, but of course it has to be a value between 500, the boundary points. Okay, hopefully we'll get better diagrams now, if any. People, question 3, we are told, consider the equation. 3 sine squared x plus cos squared x minus 5 is equal to 7 sine x. Show that the equation of that can be written as, what do you notice about this, people? They are signs only. Not so. Again, we can't use that in our calculation. So we must end off of that. So what do? I change cos to sine. So it's going to be 3 sine squared x plus cos can be written as 1 minus sine squared x. Minus 5 is equal to 7 sine x. We get over the equal sign. So it's going to be 3 sine squared x minus sine squared x is 2 sine squared x. 2 sine squared x minus 7 sine x minus 4 is equal to 0. Okay, so what I can do here is I can either use a quadratic formula with a calculator, let's have calculators, or I can use a factorization. I'm going to use factorization here. So it's going to be 2 sine x times 4, and give you 8, and then sine x as well, and this is a 1. So that's going to give you 8, so it's minus plus. Now, for those of you who can't see that, there's a trinomial. You replace sine with an x. So it's 2x squared minus 7x minus 4 is equal to 0. Factorize it. Becomes 2x, x, 4 and 1. Minus plus. So you got x is equal to negative half. Or x is equal to. That is, you can't see it. Okay. But remember, for number 1, they just asked you to show that. And I think I'm going a bit too far here. No? And there we go. That's the answer they were looking for. People in 3.2, the question says hence or otherwise determine the general solution. So in order to determine the general solution, and I'll factorize that there. Set each one equal to 0, so it's minus half x, or sine x is equal to 4. If I go arc sine of 4, no solution. So we say reference x is equal to arc sine of 30, half is going to give me 30 degrees. That's also a special angle. So which question comes to mind? In which quadrant is sine? Negative. Which quadrant is sine negative? Quadrant 3 and 4. So quadrant 3, the x is equal to 180 plus 30 plus k times 360, which is 210 plus k times 360. Oh, quadrant 4, x is equal to 360 minus 30 plus k times 360. So x is equal to 330 plus k times 360, where k is an element of integers. Okay. That is worth 5 marks. Okay. Any confusion there? This is good. There they go. Okay, so now we're looking at question 4. Jesus. Okay. Okay, so in the diagram below, the graph of g of x equal to sine x plus a, so this is horizontal shifting. And h of x equal to b tan cx are drawn for the interval x is an element of negative 180 to 180. Then we have all the graphs of f and g intersect at b, which is negative 135 and negative 1. That's a d. Yeah, it's d. And then e, which is negative 2 to comma 3 and 4. Okay, so let's just put it the other side. So d is negative 135 and negative 1. And e, negative 2 to comma 3 and 0.4. Okay. Yes? Sorry? So the question says write down the value of A, B, and C. So as you can see, A is the vertical shift on the horizontal shift on the graph. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a point on G. And as you can see, the graph of G of x is this graph right through here. So I can use that point, or I can use 45 and 1 length, or I can use this point, or that. There's many points I can use. I can either use the point E as well, and so on. But we know that the sine graph normally starts at the minimum here, not so at the neutral point, and does that. But what you should notice is that graph is actually shifted how many degrees to the left? 45. You see that in the negative direction. So then that means to say it must be a positive 45. So therefore A is going to be 45 degrees. Which means to say g of x is now equal to sine x plus 45. So the graph moved 45 degrees to the left. We're looking at B. The tan graph, if I have a 1 in front of it, the normal tan graph looks like this. It's a basic tan. So is that the case here? Is the graph looking like that there? No, the graph is going the other way around, not so. So that means to say the graph is reflected. So it has to be the negative value. Not so? Then if that is 45, this is normally 1. So that's negative 45 and 1. So yes, that is no other than a reflected function there. Okay? That means to say your b value is going to be negative 1. The c affects the period of the graph. If I look at the basic sine tan graph, y is equal to tan x. This is normally 90 and minus 90, which makes a period of 180. If I look at the asymptote, here's an asymptote and there's an asymptote. Did the asymptotes change? No. So what is the value of C? 1. Okay. Therefore C is equal to? Alright. So H of x is simply negative tan x. Alright. Let's go to number 4.2. 4.2 says write down the equation of the asymptotes of H. Write down the equations of the asymptotes of H in the given interval. Four point two. So the equation of the asymptote is x is equal to negative 90 and x equal to 90. Those are the two I've highlighted already. And these are the only two in this period. Sorry. No? Any confusion here? In 4.3 we are told for which values of x in the interval from negative 180 to 0. So it's only from here to here they consider. Where h of x is greater than g of x. Or h of x is on top of g of x. In other words. So here is h on top here. Yes, so that's what I'm interested in. Here h is below. Can you see that? Then here again, h is on top till that point, and on the other side h is below. Okay, can you see that, people? So it's only that part I need to represent. So it's from negative 180. So it's from negative 180 to negative 135. So x is greater than negative 180, but less than 135. Negative, no? Or from negative 90, but less than negative 2 point. Now, the question says greater than. Now, at negative 180, is f greater than g? At negative 180. Is f greater than g? Yes, so it's including negative 180. You see that? At negative 135, is f greater than g? No, they're equal. No? So now we'll consider that. At negative 90, is f on top of g? No. Why? This is an asymptote. At negative 2 to 3, is f on top of g? No, they're equal. So there's no equal. So the only equal sign comes in at negative 180. Okay. For the sign for the three graphs, you must always check that. Okay. According to the memo that you'll find in the description box, she did not include the negative 180. So she didn't penalize you there as well, no? But it should be inclusive. Why? Because you're at negative 180 if h is on top of g. So I must consider the negative 180 as well. Okay? Something to note there. 4.4. The question says write down the equation of p of x. If the graph of p is formed when the graph of g is reflected about the x-axis. So if something is reflected about the x-axis, what happens? People, why don't you people talk to me? Huh? Huh? Yes, I also feel like it. But why? What's wrong with you people? So if something reflected in the y, the x-axis, y becomes negative. So it's a reflection of g. This is the equation of g. So it becomes negative y is equal to sine x plus 45, which is simply y is equal to negative sine x plus 45. Then the graph shifts 30 degrees to the left. So it shifts 30 degrees to the left. Do I add or subtract the 30 degrees? You add the 30 degrees. So it's plus 30. So it shifts 30 degrees to left. Then x becomes x plus 30. Y remains 1. Okay, so it becomes y is equal to negative sine into x plus 30 plus 45, which is negative sine x plus 75. Okay. Yes. Sorry? I didn't mark this paper, Michael. Okay, according to the memo, it is minus 45. It says 45 degrees. No. Okay, the memo is wrong there again. So if that's your answer, you also let me know. Just circle the question, you should get a mark for it. Okay. Shifted by 30 degrees. Okay. So let's carry on. I will just rescan the paper, okay? So that we can affect the change. The next question is question 5. Okay, I think I'm going to stop here today, okay? We'll just conclude the test tomorrow.